hello collective. I got this energy of somebody who is in complete misery going through a tower. In an ancient story that I actually, when I was astral traveling, that came to me, was the story of the man that took too many lives. It's a soldier story. And it was, from what God told me, it was a story from long ago. God speaks to me like a child, which I am a child of His, so I don't take offense. I don't. When God says move, I say which way. But anyways, with this, move that rubber band over there. With the story, it was ancient Greece. And it's one of these untold stories because back then things got messed up and moved around because we are literally at the age of, archaeology and this and that. And do we really know what went on back then? No. Only God knows. But anyways, this is a fictional story, guys. I am not an archaeologist. This is just what I heard when I was astral traveling. I just want to put that out there. But there was a soldier that, in times of the Greek and the ancient wars, and it was Greece. Ancient wars of Greece. When I got the download. And there was a soldier that was very persevered. And sometimes when they conquered the enemy and the enemy camps, they would take people's wives. And sometimes they did it brutally. And even the other soldiers would tell the soldier, why are you acting like this? And this soldier acted out of arrogance. The soldier said, none of this really matters to me. I'm just here for the gold. And the soldier, that's all they kept saying. I'm just here for the gold. And sometimes there would be bad officials, and they knew he was sort of like a hitman. They would say, we need these supplies, but we don't want to do this dirty work. If you want, we'll give you so much gold, but someone's child might die. Or yada, yada, yada. So this soldier said, okay, well, I'm in the battle. And this was a person that was unmarried. But I guess you could say he was still a man. Still a man. He had needs, so he felt that money would solve everything. Or gold, in this case. Gold, money, the currency back then. So they did, and it just so happens that one day they came across a holy house where there was, it was monks. And they were, in this house, they were holding a special child that God said that needed to be saved. And they said they would give their own life, and he looked at the child and the soldier and was like, what do you care about this baby? There's so much babes in the land. I've killed so much children, it doesn't matter. And they said this one's special. And I think we all heard it because of Jesus, but there's been many prophets all through history. There's been many prophets collective. And anyways, in this story, it just so happens that he was getting ready. He said that I guess I'll have to be the one to take out the prophet. So, as he went to try to get his sword together, because he was going to cut the child's head off, he ended up, his heart started hurting him. Like he had problems, and then he said that they caused him to hurt, the heart attack or whatever. And the monk said, "No, I did not. I did not." And they said, "We're just here to protect the child. We don't care about our lives. We just care about the child's life." And as he said, "I'll be back and I will avenge you and I will get this child." So went back to the camp, told all the people this, and the other soldiers that followed him said, "We get it that we're at war, but that's taking it too far. That's taking it way too far." And then they told his soldier buddies, "I have to go and I have to get this child and I'm going to kill this child." And they said, "We're just here for the sake of our country. We don't need to do that." And he said, "But I want to." And it was like, and then one of the soldiers, there's soldiers that are, a lot of soldiers they're people like everyone else. They said that's sacrilegious. You cannot do that. And the guy told him to be quiet, yada yada. "I'm gonna do what I want to do." So the next day he went off to try to find the child, and the child wasn't there because the villagers was hiding the child because they were making sure this child lived. They were making very sure this child lived. So, anyways, he was looking for the child, and then time came where they had to go to war, and he was so obsessed with killing this child, and he didn't even know why he wanted to kill the child so much. He didn't even know why. And everybody was like, and it came point to the time of war where he heard a baby wailing, but yet one of the soldiers that he was with, part of the group, he had to save them. And he said, "Come on, we got to save our brothers." And he said, "Nah, I'm not going to do that. I hear that baby wailing." So on his way of trying to get to that baby that he thought, because he thought it was the one kill that got away. Before he did that, what happened was the general from the other side came forth, and he was known in many things as the Reaper of Souls. That was his nickname. And this guy goes, "Oh, I finally found the Reaper of Souls." And this was his arch enemy. It was the enemy. And he goes, "What do you mean the Reaper of Souls?" And then he goes, "Well," "the Reaper of Souls let their guard down, didn't they?" And he goes, "No, no, no." And then he was like, "I gotta get to where I'm getting to." And he goes, "Oh, you got where you were supposed to go." And he literally ended up chopping his head off. And when he did, since this guy's done so much terrible things and he tormented so many people, guys, and humiliated them, they literally took his head. They didn't want the rest of his body. They just took his head. And then the enemy that they left, the soldiers, all they said was, "You can have his body. I want his head." So the enemy took his head and they won the battle. And they was like, "Well, we demand to have the head, blah, blah, blah." And they said, "No. I want the head of the man that thought he was the Reaper of Souls. And we're going to make a public display out of him where we are." And they ended up losing the battle and the war. And as this happened, the other soldiers that he was with, they literally took them and they chopped their heads off too. And they said, forever in history, this will be known as the example to not come before God in destiny. And the baby that was wailing in the distance was the other side's son. It was the general's son of his enemy. Little did he know. And that's why the monks were saving the baby. And when they got back to their country, they went back to the country and they ended up putting his head on a stake and they left it there for everybody for the animals and stuff to eat until it was all done, because they want to desecrate him and humiliate him in death, like that he humiliated people that didn't need to be humiliated. And this is a fictional story, guys, because this was just a parable of something I literally heard in meditation when I was literally talking to God. Did it really happen? I don't know. I don't question God, but this is the parable I got in my head. And this person that I'm about ready to do this reading on, this is an energy that's going out there. It's a demonic energy. It's an attachment energy that goes in people. It does. It goes in and makes you do things that you would normally not ever do. It does. This is the kind of energy that makes people just do diabolical things. And all attachments do have this kind of effect. This is why you should always stay within a positive mindset, no matter what you do. Stay in the positive. Do not venture into the negative. And even if you're going through bad times, just call on God. Save up your money, do what you need to do, stay away from whoever you need to stay away from. If you don't get the latest fashion on things, so what? I shop on Amazon for my clothes, folks. I don't even care about fashion. I don't know when the last time I've been in a mall, because I listen to the divine. The divine tells me that God provides for his children. So this is an energy, a dark energy that's going around. And this dark energy is going around, and sometimes it attaches itself to just random people, guys. Just random people. And you need to be careful. Be careful of who you're around. Things that are in your don't seem right, they may not be right. And this is what you need to avoid. So I'm telling you. And energy vampires are nothing but a demonic attachment. That's it. Somebody that has let darkness control who they are and what they are. That's all they are. So let's get on with this reading. Tell us about these entities that are running amok. Let's tell me how. And that's the best way I could describe this energy, guys. And maybe God talks to me like this because I'm a writer. And I like to write stories. I like to be a part of stories. I like to, I like to hear stories. I mean, to me, I love stories. I love the Game of Thrones. I'm down with it. I'm down with good writing. It's just what I am. Some people like gossip. I like stories. So let's see how. Alright, we got trauma bond in reverse. Alright, you bonded. Someone did not bond with their pain. Somebody bonded with somebody with a trauma bond, but they are broken up now. It could be, for some of you, a third party. Usually the trauma, or it could have been you. you know, they could have just been with you because they were going through this trauma bond. And it says here, you bonded over pain, not peace. Now you're mistakenly shared wounds for compatibility. This could be you or just could be the third party. But the energy died. I just report the energy, guys. And I just gave you that story because the story is what I was given. And then we have, okay. These are my demon cards, guys. Even though they're tarot, they're my demon cards. Alright. So there was 9 people that put a sword to someone's back. And then there was a main demon that gathered 9 people. This is what I'm gathering from these cards. These are my demon deck because these cards are very diabolical. I use it for that. Alright. This main demon, I don't know his name and I don't want to know his name, but he gathered 9 people to put swords to your back. For some of you. We're going to put those demon cards over here. I mean, there's demons everywhere. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We are in the 8 circles of hell. I don't know if you guys realize that. That's why you have to be careful who you are with, who you sleep with, the food you consume. Who cooks your food? My God, who cooks your food? If somebody's doing a special meal, but you know they're like a dark practitioner, they have attachments, don't eat their food. Alright, and then we have, yeah, this isn't my demon deck, guys. But well, there is a demon attachment there. Alright, got it. This is the 4 of Wands in reverse, guys. And it says, stop to rest, improve gratitude. Alright. And it says unsafe, frustrated, intolerant, short-sighted, excessively conservative, problem with property. Alright. I think this could be related to the people that broke up from bonding with a trauma bond. And trauma bonds are when you don't do your healing work, guys. And then we got another one. We got 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Financial insecurity, carelessness, losing money, hard to let go, and delays. Limits, suspicion, defense, optimism, wasteful. Yeah, they're in debt because whoever, this could be you, them. I don't judge, guys, but there was bad spending. So now, when things are going down, they don't have any money. They don't have any money. So this is a trauma bond that happened from an attachment from that demon. And demons don't come with just one, guys. These 9 swords that they delivered, I feel, are other demons. There's 9 demons this one, so we're talking 10 demons. So that would be 10 swords. 10. Yeah, 10 swords, guys, because the one demon, it's just there's one main demon attachment that's running the whole operation, from what Spirit's telling me. Then we got prickly defenses. Barriers caused by past hurts block you. Be patient. Yeah, you got prickly defenses, guys. And then we got toxic love. Pain disguises passion. Addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without you. This is a toxic love where this was. I mean, they allowed this thing in their life. And then the boomerang was this boomerang energy was supposed to go to you, and it was this demonic energy. And when people are part of these attachments, they do dark magic. So dark magic was done because they got an attachment. Boomerang is a repeated process returning and started over. You weren't innocent. Somebody in here was an innocent, so this boomerang went back to somebody because they weren't supposed to do that. It was against spiritual law. So it came back on them. And then we have jump in, and it was in reverse. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap. It is that time. Alright, this is in reverse. They were not supposed to jump into a situation. I feel for a percentage of you, this was a third party. They were supposed to say no, but they did not say no. So, I just report. That's it. I am a reporter. You know, the funny thing, when I actually was on Facebook when I first started doing live streaming, I wanted to report the news so bad. And I tell you guys a story because I feel like this energy reported a lot of things. I literally went on Google and I would study the whatever Google reported, you know, the story of the day. And I would sit there and I would repeat it on the live stream. And then and then of course I got a message from Facebook that I do not, that they already have their fact checkers and I wasn't allowed to report the news. So I had to stop reporting the news. I used to report scientific news and everything else. Now I report spiritual news. And now I know I made a mistake. Somebody knows they made a mistake, but it doesn't mean that you take them back. It means they learn their lesson, but that's it. You know, some things are meant to fall apart. I'm being told to tell somebody. Then we got spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. Alright, the beans were spilled with somebody. They were doing some really bad act. Really bad malicious act on somebody. And that's it. It just got spilled. Probably the one with the demon attachment, with that demon over here that has 9 other people that followed him. So there's 10 of them. One entity let the other ones in, but they answer to the one. That's what I'm being told. And then we got covert technology. And I'll read you this because this was in reverse. This advancement could solve a crisis overnight, yet it's being withheld from public knowledge. Ask why and who gains by keeping it in the shadows. Alright. With this in reverse, somebody was doing stuff online to try to hurt people. Maybe hide some kind of evidence. People, they know. Somebody knows. And then some of y'all ghosted someone or they ghosted you. And the way I look at that, guys, is the trash was taken out. The trash was taken out. Don't go garbage picking. If the trash is taken out, don't go garbage picking, especially if it's that kind of trash. No, someone thought, I'm not saying one of my neighbors did throw away. It was on the way to the trash. It was one of those coolers that the gas stations have, and it never technically made it to the trash. And I intercepted it, and they told me to take it. They were going through a breakup. And it was very clean, and I came home, and I put it up in my apartment. I love it. It's a Red Bull cooler. But it came directly from someone's house. And then we got yield. Force, concede, surrender, and accept. Yield. You're told to yield. Surrender whatever is holding you back. I'm told to tell you guys. Alright, and then there's a mystery. There's something that is not a mystery to you. There's something, whatever's on your mind, it is not a mystery. Because we got this covert technology in reverse over here, guys. So, let's go more. But yeah, it's this energy. It's this energy of just people, this person, this energy. I'd like to say persons in the energy because when I get the actual energy itself, I see the demonic attachments. On top of, if you see dead people, you see demons. I see demons. And I know how they run. They run in groups. They say narcissists, blah, 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 could be cured. They hold demons, guys. They hold demons. It is what it is. But some of you guys are spiritually woke. You got self-awareness, cutting through illusions, detaching from ego. Could be that person that lost their demonic attachment. You can lose them when you lose the ego. Demons work on ego. They always have, always will. Somebody with big ego has a bad attachment. I don't really see in a romantic way invisible. Some of you guys feel like they're invisible. You don't see them no more in a romantic way. Once that attachment has them acting a certain way, you don't see that person like you did before. Oh my lord, here we go. 5 of Cups in reverse. Alright. I want to read all of this. I know it's regrets in reverse. Alright, lost opportunities. Okay, new relationships. Okay, new relationships. Okay. Okay, it said hope, opportunities, rekindle an old love, found news, acceptance, news, and then relationships. And old relationships. Alright, well, you're rekindling things and you're turning around a bad cycle, some of you guys. Because you're not in regret no more. You're not in regret. Some of you are taking back the old people, but then some of you are just like, I'm just kind of done. Then he goes, I want to make amends. There goes your ex or whoever. Somebody that wronged you wants to make amends. This is a collective reading, guys. Take it as it resonates. Then we got 8 of Pentacles. Commitment, dedication, work, and effort. A lot of you guys are in 8 of Pentacles. What do you do after the devil has their way? What do? You just, if you're not the person that did it, and you're not the person with the attachment, you're going to detach and you're going to call on God and say, God, please help me. Please help me, God. And they're going to say, God's going to say, all right, well, let's do it. Let's go. That's all. That's literally all that's going to happen, guys. They're going to be like, let's go. It's all right. I got you. And God's going to get you. Alright. Oh, Lord. This one fell out. Witch. To enchant, be enchanted, to be influenced or under the influence of mystical or supernatural person or event. I tell you, it's these entity attachments, guys, but it's a supernatural person, but somebody's enchanting somebody. They could, and they're a witch, so witches can, my mom, I'm going to be straightforward. My mom had a little bit of that in her, but she didn't use it for bad. She did not use it for bad. Witches are neither good nor bad. So, they can be. I'm not going to lie, but anybody can be bad. Anybody can be bad, witch or not. Demons, generally, they always have bad intentions. Those don't trust a demon, but witches, it could go either way. Okay, these two wanted to come out on their own. There's enemies in the garden, guys. You got enemies in surrounding you, hiding in plain sight. And then we got trick. Someone's trying to trick you, and they're in the garden. Alright, and then we have, you are a beacon for others so to follow, so don't hide the bright light you are. Alright, you are a beacon. I got a mix of cards. I put it in a barrel, and then I asked the divine, what's the news of the day? Because to me, this is like a little job. Instead of them telling me I can't do the Google news, I do the spiritual news. But yeah, I mean, I hope that was I hope God. I mean, God didn't tell me if that really happened and all that, but He told me the baby lived. All right, addiction is in reverse. So, to whoever this is, if somebody you were connected to was drinking, they're not anymore. They don't have any more addictions. They do not have any more addictions, guys. Trash, throwing away. I talked about trash at the beginning of the reading, guys. And throwing away the trash. Throwing away, getting rid of, tossing out. Some of you tossed out negative energies. I'm being told that some people have went out of their way to cleanse themselves, clean their house, sage it. Some people even sage their house after someone left. And then we got boundaries. You need to get to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. Some of you are already in a relationship where somebody is invading your boundaries. And however which you're in that relationship, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get out of it, but if it's like a narcissist type thing, it's going to be tricky, but call on God. Call on God and you will get out. You just got to call on God. Trust that God will help you. Trust that God will help you through everything, guys. And then this just fell out. True intentions. Stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you towards genuine fulfillment. Alright. That is what you're being. That's another suggestion. Someone needed to hear that. And then this FOMO surfer. Every time I see this, I think that's funny. This person watching many TVs. There's many people watching one person. Like, this gives me stalking energy every time I see this. Your stalkers are not watching no more. They're tired of the drama themselves. So, I guess even the stalkers are over it. Even the stalkers are over it. I'm being told to tell somebody. The stalkers are over it. The stalkers want to be left alone in the personal drama. Then we got conflict resolution. When tension rises, you don't shut down, you lean in. This is why your love keeps evolving. Alright, some of you have made resolution in your conflict. You forgave. You forgive for you, not for the other person. I want that's for somebody to hear. And then we have leadership lore. Dominant in spirit, fueled by pride, yet true control lies in wisdom's embrace. Alright, somebody out here is supposed to lead with example. That's what I'm being told. And then somebody's being promiscuous, sleeps around, a temptress, free for all, steals your man. Or woman. I mean, We gotta be LGBT thing. You know, it's a free world. Some same sex get together too, guys. So yeah, someone in here. There's somebody around your energy. Yeah, with the Jezebel spirit is what I'm telling you. And this Jezebel spirit wants your man, and if you will know if it resonates for you, you will know. It's not for everybody though. Not everybody needs to get in an uproar, okay? That everyone gets to need to get in an uproar over this because not everybody has the Jezebel spirit coming after them. We do have 10 demonic attachments out here. 10 demons that are running amok. So, and then we got the Tower in reverse. Self-imposed confinement, continuous suppression, immovable circumstances, inability to change, limited freedom, slavery of the flesh. Somebody is going through a Tower in reverse. For some of you. And then the World's in reverse. Jeez. Failure, obstacles, unresolved, imperfect, stagnation, boredom. And then they're stubborn and they're fatigue and travel delays. And this came with this. So we got the Tower in reverse and we got the World in reverse. So if you're wondering why your person's not talking to you or what's going on, probably because the Tower's in reverse with the World. And I have a big, humongous thing over there that I just threw a bunch of cards in because I'm not going to keep buying oracle cards and stuff. But sometimes I just let I pick enough for a pile for a reading, and I let God decide what cards are, what they want, and there's like 500 cards in there. It is. I'm not going to sit there and read and make 5,000 cards. Okay, these two just fell out, so we'll take these. It says, listen within. The answers lie within. Listen to your intuition's quiet voice. Someone out there is not listening to their intuition. They're being called forth to listen to their intuition. Divine timing. Patience required. Trusting the process. Perfect timing when it's meant to be. Trust the process. That's all the divine's asking is you trust the process. The process is long. Okay, these two fell out, guys, as I was doing this. Alright, the Coffee Addict came out, but take it as it resonates. This doesn't always mean coffee. It means they're addicted. Someone in your atmosphere is addicted to something, but it may not be coffee. Read between the lines. You are never lost, but only forging a new path. I want to say new path, but it says path. Okay, so we're going to go with a new path. It was meant to be said. A new path to new worlds. You're on a new path. So don't forget about this person that's a coffee addict, okay? Read between the lines. Then we got sensory awareness. Heighten your sensory awareness. It supports your intuitive flow. I mean, if you want to... How I did it was... Honestly, I just started praying a lot. I asked God for wisdom or share some wisdom with me if he could. And this one just fell in my lap. Okay, here's another demon. Okay, there's another demon, somebody with a demon attachment that's isolating themselves. Because this is coming under the Hermit. So you have someone that's in your midst that it does have a dark attachment, and they're just holding themselves away. I didn't know what to do with these cards, so I used them to report the demons. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I do with them because cards are expensive, y'all. Cards are expensive. They really honestly are. So sometimes you just gotta make do with what you have, and this is a better process. Okay, this one's falling out. Okay, someone's secret is out. Alright, there are so many feelings I want to share with you, but I'm shy about opening up. Secret. Alright, someone's secret is out. They were shy about, they liked you, but they really are being shy about it. But they got a crush on, somebody got a crush on somebody that you know. And you know, the secret's out. Then making bank. And then I'm going to read the whole card. Financial flow is increasing. A new level of wealth, power, and confidence is activating. This was in the reverse. Someone's lying to you about money bank. Banking money. So I'll be aware that somebody's doing that. And this is sticking out. So we're going to take that. And this is book. Wisdom, experience, immortality, and authority. And all through life, we get this wisdom and experience. We get it all the time, guys. Through every life experience. It doesn't even have to be... It doesn't have to be a lover or whatever. It just could be just something that you experienced and then you're like, damn. That's pretty nice. And we got another demon here. And this is strength. There's a demon in your midst somewhere that's gaining strength because of arguing. Somebody with an attachment, their demon's getting stronger because of arguments. You cannot have somebody get rid of a demon on their own. I mean, they have to on their own. But they have to want to get rid of it on their own. You cannot sit there and say, oh, do this for me. They got to do it for themselves, guys, is what I meant to say. To get rid of a demon attachment, they got to want the demon to be gone. And then we got Great Awakening. A veil is lifting across the world, revealing truths that were once hidden in plain sight. This is not a single moment, but a wave, rising within individuals and rippling throughout the collective. There is a great awakening, guys. There is. There is. That's why I'm up here reporting energy, because years ago I didn't have enough sense or didn't know how to even live stream, and I awakened and I got these ideas, and God gives me ideas to do with my cards. It's literally God that does it. I don't do this on my own. I couldn't do this on my own. And then I got a soulmate. I know you're my soulmate. So somebody knows that for someone out here that somebody is their soulmate. Maybe it's the person that has a crush on you and they have feelings and they're your little admirer. Alright, so, and this is transform. Somebody says they had a transformation or they transformed for somebody. A message for somebody. They did not. It's in reverse. Whoever you thought transformed, if it was a really good person, if you heard this reading, they did not. They're faking it. They're faking it until they make it. Faking it until y'all make it. Sometimes it's like that, y'all. Sometimes it's like that. Alright, this is going this way, so let's grab this one. Intuitive healing. Your intuition guides you towards deep inner healing. Alright. So somebody's going through intuitive healing. And then we got delivery. And this was in reverse, guys. And this is transportation, inheritance, or escort. Alright, a delivery was not made to you on either an inheritance, a car, or being escorted somewhere. Maybe you weren't invited somewhere on purpose. is what I'm getting for some of you. Alright, and then somebody was not a rebound. And this is temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement, just to forget. If you're sad that you thought you were a rebound, this came in reverse. You are not a rebound to somebody. They're just under... They're under judgment. I'm being told they're under judgment by my ancestors, so... And then there's blind date. Yeah, someone's getting a blind date up here. Surprise meeting, unexpected chemistry, awkward introductions, could be love or disaster. Someone's gonna set somebody up on a blind date. You know, when you've been through shit, you've been through shit. And then said, you let me down. Somebody thought you let them down. Maybe it's this person that had the Tower in reverse and the World in reverse. You didn't do it. I mean, come on now. What do they think? Someone got closure through all of this. It's letting go, ending chapters, emotional release, finally free. Somebody got closure and said bye. Bye, Felicia. Y'all said bye, Felicia. That's alright. I would have too. I gave myself closure on my last relationship. I don't blame you. Alright, now these two came up in reverse for somebody. So let's go with these, and then I'll reshuffle these. This is the news. The news is the cards I picked from the bucket, guys. I got a little thing where I pray over my cards, and I just grab some. This is my new news. Got King of the Wands in reverse, and this talks about arrogance, deception, injustice, and arbitrariness, rigidness, prejudice, conflict, aggression, intolerance, and ruthfulness. Somebody's in your energy with all that. I don't know. You'll know. If you feel it in your belly and you go, ooh, that kind of feels weird, it's you. Alright, and then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And this is delaying, lack of activity, wrong direction, disagreement, the failure, and wrong values. There's somebody in your atmosphere. It could be friend, lover, associate. I don't know. Only you would know that answer, I'm being told. Because I'm not in your energy, obviously. I'm just the news reporter. And then we got death. Extensive change, liberation, empowerment, resurgence, innovation, transformation, purification, rebirth, the dawn of a new era. Something is over between somebody. And it's never, ever coming back. You like the Taylor Swift, you're never, ever, ever getting back together. It's done. And they're sad about it. And then we have... And this is... I did say there was 10 attachments out there. There's 10 demon attachments. But this is the Empress, but this is a Dark Empress. Okay? There's somebody that's a Dark Empress that is the Jezebel. Because these are my dark cards also. I put them in the bucket so we can report these dark energies. There's a Dark Empress out there. You can have ascensions to the dark side. This was somebody that had an ascension to the dark side. You can have ascensions to the light and ascensions to the dark. I'm not promoting a dark ascension because it never goes well. It never ever goes well. In the end, you get cheated. Patience is in reverse. Somebody is running out of patience in your atmosphere for somebody. Don't know who. Could be this person that's under 2 towers. They got a lot of strong energy pull here. And we got distraction tactic. Distraction is one of the oldest political tools. Keep the masses numbed and entertained, and they won't see the real moves being made. Somebody is distracting you as they're plotting. And then we got health here. Exercise. Someone needs to get a more healthy diet, sleep, and get some mental relaxation. Health is being called for someone in the collective. Somebody's not having good health. Possibly see a doctor. I mean, I just got through seeing a doctor, and I'm going to be making another appointment to see another doctor. I mean, our whole lives, you gotta go see the doctor for things. It is what it is. Then we got obstacles. Situation that makes it difficult or prevents something from happening. Somebody's putting obstacles in your path so you don't move forward or in a situation. In this case, I am getting love and happiness. They're putting obstacles in your way for it. Alright, and then there was these people here with this audacity card. Boundaries were crossed, and the worst part, they acted like it was their right. Alright, these are his people that was flapping their mouth. It's in reverse. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows they were gossiping about you. They know. And everybody thinks they're stupid. I said it. They were acting stupid. Then we got self-neglect. You are neglecting your own needs and relationship. Practice self-care. Alright. Some of you are neglecting your own self because you're depressed. You shouldn't neglect your own vessel because, once it shuts down, you're going to end up at the doctor's paying a lot of money. I'm doing fish oil pills. I took fish oil and some vitamins. And I've been finding them, and that reminds me with the health card that I got to take my vitamins. But I've been taking vitamins, guys. And then we got party scene. The vibe is social, the setting is electric, and everybody's playing a role. Some are here to connect, some just want the spotlight. Some people in your life are just there for the party scene. Don't trust these people with... I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying they're not at the mindset of being serious. These are people that are just having fun, guys. And then we got body shame, and that was in reverse, but I'll read that to you. You feel unattractive to others. Work on accepting yourself, flaws and all. Everybody knows somebody was body shaming you. And you know what? Everybody's beautiful. I don't care how big or small you are. I was I lost a lot of weight. I ended up, honestly, I just wanted to be more healthy, and I asked God to help me, and I went on a diet, and I just stopped eating so much meat, and I put myself on a diet. My brother, he's on that, I forgot the exact one. It's the shot that helps you not eat so much so you can keep your weight going. So I'm getting really thin, but I gotta eat. That reminds me I gotta eat. But I think all the vitamins I've been taking and stuff has increased my metabolism. I don't know, but I think it was Zepbound he takes. Zepbound. He didn't take a Zepbound, and he said he started gaining weight again. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me so much. So, if you have to take Zepbound, if someone's body shaming you, it's okay, because it helps my brother. He lost like 80 pounds. And if you have health insurance or whatever, you can get it, and the insurance will pay for it. And some people have a slow metabolism, and nobody should be making fun of anybody in their bodies because it could be you. You make fun of somebody about their personal appearance, that's usually what happens to you. You say someone's fat, you're going to be in that position where you're trying to lose weight and you gain a lot of weight. But this light nut came in reverse, so we're going to read it. You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, not easy. It's not easy, but to be here on earth, you can always find time to laugh, be silly, and have fun. It's so important that you do so. And this is in reverse. Somebody that was being real serious got the message that they need to lighten up. Maybe they were being kind of hard on you. I'm taking, I don't know. That's what I'm getting, y'all. Then we got empowered decisions. Intuition empowers your decisions. Trust your inner compass. So, I'm going to show this here. And then I'm going to put these all over here. And I got a couple more cards. And I'm going to end this video. I hope you like the little stories. I don't know, when I pray, I hear all these fun stories. I do. I love them. We got process, journey, growth, path, experiences. Some of y'all are going on a journey. You got to process things. Just process it, and it hurts. And then we got a deadline surfer, somebody that needs to do something for you, apologize, or just be a decent person towards you, or owes you money. Some of you I'm picking up owes you money. They're surfing on a deadline. They're being procrastinating. I heard they don't have the money. And then I hear, I don't care what comes next, right after deadline surfer. This deadline surfer doesn't care what comes next. I just report the news, guys. And it says, I do love you. Okay. They do love you, but they're in a deadline and they don't care what comes next. And with this process, someone's gaining wisdom. And I guess that's the energy of that. I'm not even sure what I'm going to name this, y'all. I'm going to put all these back in my bucket. I guess I'm going to call myself the reporter. Oh, no. I hope you enjoyed your spiritual report. Lance has got up and we need to eat. So, if you liked this video, subscribe. And if you have anybody to share with, share. I would share everybody's videos, but I don't know anyone to share my videos or other people's videos with. I don't. But if you don't have no one to share it with, that is perfectly okay with me. I would be so happy with a subscription. It would be like a happy day for me, but that's on you. And I hope everyone has a great